What kind of sandwich?
Bologna and
Hey everybody, welcome. Harlem, I saw those eyes, I was cracking up. So I was with the littles and they caused me to run late today, but I still was gonna come. Why? Oh my gosh, talking about tired. Yes, they do. And it's different because basically I'm used to my grandkids and I can say, come get them or wait. And we know we have a set time that they're coming. And unfortunately, that has been snatched away from them. So, with the schedule with my sister, my mom, and then their side of the family, we just kind of work it out. So, talking about tired, I am, but I'm still, I still got to work, still got to do my work. So, APC, hey, welcome, welcome. So APC, I saw some. I'll talk to you later. Um, just was wondering what was going on. So, but again, yeah, we're um we're here. We're here. So I saw, that pop up about Alicia Keys and Swizz, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that. And then there's other things we're going to talk about. So you guys, as you come in, hit the like button. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Yes, it's a late live, but it's Saturday night. Um, we may have a little bit of spare time on a Saturday night if you're still awake. But yeah, just thank you for being here and hanging out with us. Don't forget to the like, it keeps us in the algorithm, and it's a free way to support our channel. We're going to get into a couple of things. Won't keep you long because I know it's late. But I do want to talk about it to see what you guys' thoughts are on a couple of things. So I'll give everybody just a few more minutes and then we'll get started. Thank you again for being here. April Showers, hey, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget, you guys, we got Krishan Rock's boxing match coming up. And now she got a Maybach for her birthday. Was that her birthday or just a gift? I'm sorry, gift a Maybach. I'm not mad at her. I'm not mad at her. Her ex bought her a Maybach. She landed to do the baddies reunion, and the owner actually, um, or producer, executive producer, whatever, of Zeus Network, put her in the finest hotel, her and her entourage. I feel like this is, um, Krishan's has found her space that she needs to be in, maybe. We'll see what happens when she has her boxing matches. She feels the same, but she is now holy hands, holy hands. So we're going to see. So don't forget, we're going to watch that live coming up in a few weeks. Um, this week coming up, you will probably see several lives from us. We're going to just continue to keep you guys updated on the current and latest trending news, whether it be celebrity in the celebrity entertainment industry, whether it be political with Donald Trump, Epstein, Jay-Z, it doesn't matter. We'll be keeping you guys super informed this week on several occasions, sometimes several times a day. Depends on any breaking news. So anyway, let's get into a couple of things. The first thing I wanted to talk about is I wanted to talk about, the TV networks and how they're going away. And it's really turning into streaming. Do we feel like, like the legacy, we'll say the legacy television networks and the way we used to watch television has changed? I say that because if just recently there was a real shakeup with CBS, and we thought that Gail would no longer be a part of CBS, but she was able to negotiate. But we also saw her coworker who went to the late evening nights. And it just was a real shakeup, and not only CBS, but a bunch of the bigger platforms, right? And so also what we're finding is that streaming is becoming a little competitive as well. So I wanted to talk about BET Plus and how Tyler Perry's been bought out from BET Plus, and how people think like maybe this is not a good thing for Tyler Perry. But what is happening is that they're merging these networks, because I mean, even I have to shout out Armand Wiggins because he presented it so well, in that, I just happened to scroll um, after I read this for myself and kind of looked at it. I wanted to know what other people were thinking, and it's just like Harlem is saying, like every single thing that we do, how we move, shake, and function is changing. Um, we can remember back, just depending on your age, um, when the television shows would go off, the TV would go off at night, or that people were wanting cable TV. Like, I gotta get cable TV. And now people are like, I don't need cable TV because I can pay $70 for 3 months and have cable for every 3 months, instead of paying $125 every month for cable TV, when I can watch the same shows for $70 every 3 months, right? So it's all changing. Whenever we saw this about Tyler Perry um, being bought out, which he owned 25% of BET Plus, right? How many in this chat right now? Don't forget to hit the like, you guys. But how many in this chat right now has a subscription to BET Plus and watched it faithfully? I don't know if we were on a scale from 1 to 100 or 1 to 50, that the scale would get close to 50. I'd say maybe not even in the middle of it, because um not in the middle of it, because people are just not wanting to buy this subscription, this subscription, this subscription. Also, something Armand Wiggins, shout out to him, had mentioned was that sometime he will make a purchase or get a subscription just to watch one thing that's trending so that we could talk about it. I've done that. I've done that. Even me and Harlem have talked about, you gonna get it or I'm gonna get it. You gonna get it. We've done that because we wanted to watch that one particular maybe documentary or whatever. And then I don't watch it no more, right? And exactly, Harlem, like when you do cable and internet together, that's $200, which now I could tell y'all, for me, we left cable after cable for so many years. We just paid it and went on. But people were turning us on saying, listen, why are y'all paying the internet, paying the cable, paying all this that's adding up to, like she said, about $200 when you can pay $70 for your internet and you don't pay, I mean, for your cable, for your streaming, and you can see the same channels you're seeing. And then you can, your internet is, we got this internet service for like $20. So you paying $90 for everything and everything's coming through just fine. Right. So it just makes sense. Harlem said that I canceled BET because I figured something was going on because Tyler Perry shows on there were taking too long to come back on. Another point that was made, right? That's what I got. BET plus 4 is the Tyler Perry shows. And because they were not coming on, or it was taken, so like I don't know, but I just canceled it, right? I was like, okay, I don't need this anymore. And then here we come with this article right here. So let me just kind of give y'all some background on what it's talking about. Paramount buys out Tyler Perry's stake in BET Plus, will fold streamer into Paramount Plus. Now, when they say that, so even with us getting rid of cable and streaming, there's so many different streaming platforms, right? And so they're having a hard time. Like there's no nobody's really making the money that they need to be because it's so much competition. But I think it's a smart thing. And people thought that this wasn't a smart thing. But if you take BET Plus and you mesh it into Paramount Plus, right? You're paying one subscription and you're getting 2 deals, right? So I think it's a good thing, but we just have to keep watching because this is such a new thing. So streaming service BET Plus is shutting down and its programming will be folded into Paramount, the company announced on this past Friday. Paramount Skydance has bought out Tyler Perry Studios' equity stake. It was about 25%, I believe, in BET. In BET Plus, which will help facilitate the move. BET Network's president Louis Carter said in a memo to staff that the move will ensure that the stories will champion the creators we support, will ensure the stories we champion, the creators we support, and the culture we represent will go further than even before. The changeover will happen in June, so we still have up to June, but I've canceled mine already. When about 1,000 hours of BET programming will become part of Paramount Plus, including the Perry-produced All the Queen's Men, Enzatima, The Miss Pat Show, and the critically acclaimed Diarra from Detroit. So the terms of the buyout for Perry's stake in BET weren't disclosed, but it's likely in the 8-figure range. Perry will continue to make shows for BET through a wide-ranging content partnership. BET also operates a pair of fast channels devoted to Perry's series. So Tyler Perry ain't gonna be missing out on nothing, right? I think if anything, he's gonna make more money and it's gonna make more sense for him, which is why he agreed, right? So on the Paramount side, CEO David Ellison had reportedly expressed a desire to scale up Paramount Plus. That's a key motivator behind Paramount's pending takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery and bring the company's streaming operation under one umbrella. The BET Plus move is a much smaller scale than the potential combination of Paramount Plus and HBO Max, but it's a step in that direction. Like I don't even have HBO anymore. Like I didn't watch it. We were just paying for it. We didn't watch it. So I think that I don't know. The business it has to make sense, right? For them to be doing this. And then as you heard in this article, Tyler Perry got several things going on. So it's not like he's going to like really miss out on anything and he got paid. They bought him out the 25% or whatever the numbers were for him. And he takes that money and he invested and he continues to grow it, right? So no really probably hardship on Tyler Perry. But I do understand the reasoning behind it because, as we said, people are not watching cable. They are not even, you know what? People ain't even getting their news from the larger or the legacy newscast or the legacy journalists is because you have New Day journalists, you have YouTubers, you have bloggers, you have people that are boots on the ground that are bringing you some breaking stories before the news ever get it, right? And I know they're saying this is crazy because it has never been like this. But yeah, I mean, you got TMZ breaking stories, you got bloggers, like I said, breaking stories. So people are going to YouTube and other sources for their news sources and for their breaking news. I mean, it's just the reality of how we're living today. They just don't watch TV no more, April. It's the truth. I can turn that TV on and it'll stay on one channel because I'm not paying attention to it. But when I'm on social media, I am reading everything. I'm paying attention. Like it's like it's just going away. It feels like it's just going away. I get my news from social media. I watch it. Me too. Me too. And then if it's CNN, it's on my phone or it's on my laptop. So, I mean, it is just the way of the world today. And you know what? If you think back, they said this was coming. We were told that that television would dwindle out, that it wouldn't no longer be. They're paying these newscasters and broadcasters hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars to bring the news that we're bringing on YouTube. If you send me some, you know, super chats, and y'all view and like, and people are making money that way. It's cheaper. You know what I'm saying? It's going away. I'm the same, April Showers. Like I don't have really time to do it because I'm doing this. I'm streaming. I'm online. I'm not watching TV. So I think it's safe to say that it's fading out, and all of the legacy is fading out. You even see like Don Lemon. You even see like what is this woman's name? I can't remember. They're all going to their own podcast, their own staff, their own everything in the comfort of their home or their office at home, and bringing some fire news, right? And getting paid for it. And they're their own boss. They don't have to answer to anybody. Joy Reid, yes, yes, but it's another one. Joy Reid is one of them. There's another one. I gotta know her name because she's talking about the Nancy Guthrie thing right now. Is that Joy? But anyway, that's what they're doing. They're leaving their daytime to go to the comfort of their home to bring us the news their way. They've been in it so long, they know the ins and out. Why not just not even have a boss? I can schedule my own day and still make a pretty penny because they're giving us the real the investigation, that they're have the sources already. They have those sources that are going to give them the breaking news, right? They've made those connections along the way. So they're leaving their jobs, or either CBS and NBC, they're letting people go, and that's what their plan B is, just start my own podcast or whatever, and I'll bring my people, my fans, my viewers, the news this way. So anyway, that's the reality that we're living in. And again, back to your point, Harlem, everything is changing. Everything is changing. So anyway, I can't wait for Tyler Perry's show to come back on the tip of my tongue. If my daughter was here, she would know. But I started all the way from the beginning watching it, binge watching it, because I wanted to be caught up. So it's going to come back on. Anyway, that's that on that. I wanted just to kind of see what you guys are feeling. And I feel like, again, if I was on a scale from, if just in this room, just even if it's just 5 people here right now on a scale from 1 to 5, I think all 5 of us is 4 out of 5 of us is probably streaming. We're not even paying attention to our TV, is what it feels like, right? Thank you guys for coming in. Don't forget to hit the like button. It's a free way to support the channel. It keeps us in the algorithm, and we do need your help, and we do appreciate. Just double tap your phone. It will like the video. Hit that subscribe button, and don't forget the bell so you're notified every time we come live. Okay, let's move on to the next. So, Swizz Alicia Keys. Let me see what I have next before I do that. Share my screen. Who I got up? No, let's just tap into this one really quick before we go there with Swiss Beat and Alicia Keys, because I really want to get into that conversation with you guys to see how y'all are feeling about that. I need to know what y'all are feeling about Alicia Keys and Swiss Beat, and who knew that he had another daughter. We'll get there. So this right here is I wanted to talk a little bit more about the um situation that took place where Miss Ortiz decided to, after several videos, after several allusions to knowing Rhianna as though she had a relationship with Rhianna, felt very weird about how it felt very weird when you look at her videos, and it comes across, and probably is, I mean, allegedly, until we know, but it feels like it, that there's some mental health issues there, right? So she reached out to her estranged husband, her ex-husband, via email. But before we go there, I want to talk about her for a little bit. So why I say that this is definitely, or could be definitely, mental health issues. This woman had a child and lost her whole child to the point where she cannot communicate with this child. And if she even wanted to or thought about, she can't even connect with her child through a third party, right? Even if she wanted to, even if it was through a third party, she would have to go through the process of going to the courts and saying, I want to talk to my daughter. And they would have to do a whole psych eval on her before that could even be approved for her to talk to them. So she did reach out prior, just right before the pow pow happened at Rihanna's home. And so I wanted to hear us. I don't know if I can hear it, or are we gonna read it? Let me see. Yeah, we can hear it. So this is the email.
Renounce Rhianna and confess that I'm better than her. Let it be done. You gotta let me know so that door can be closed, right? And you see the email, and at the end she has Ivy,
Oh, she goes
right?
by Ivy.
So
So pretty much she's saying, I need you to renounce Rihanna and confess that I'm better than her. I don't know what the heck is going on with this child, but they are now saying that it's an apostle, that there was a possible accomplice with her, and that she was just a getaway driver. And I don't know that I believe that. No one has made mention of it that I know of about an accomplice, but we also have this video right here. Shout out to Tisa Tells. I do have the fair use scrolling across the bottom, but we just want to hear what the newscast have to say. And she just happened to be the one I could get to faster. But listen to this really closely and tell me if this is like a determination of there's a second person in the car, and that she was the getaway driver. And this person from the passenger side shot across the car to his left and made contact with Rihanna's home. Let's see if we can listen. See, that's interesting, right? That's interesting that can you see this lady driving her Tesla? And what about the videos in the Tesla? Like, well, here we go again, David, just like the David thing. Where's the recording? I thought the Tesla recorded everything, right? But anyway, what they're saying is that the gunshots started prior to reaching Rhianna's home. And if that's the case, was Ivy, she calls herself Ivy, was she able to do that while driving out the window? Or was there actually an accomplice with her? Now, they caught her so quickly. Like, how did where did the person go that was with her? Because the helicopter got on her immediately and followed her until she stopped. She took them on not a high speed chase, but she just didn't stop. But the helicopter followed her. Where, at what point did somebody get out the car, or where is that person? Which is very strange. So I don't know if she just was rolling and powing out the window. Like, what really happened? So what they're telling us is that there is video footage. There possibly was somebody that saw the car, was able to identify the car, whatever, but there are neighbors' cameras as well. And so they're going to get the footage on that. But the only person at this point, at this moment, that is being accused of it, innocent until proven guilty, but is sitting in a California jail for it, is this Ivana Ortiz. Not sure if there's somebody else. So just wanted to bring that point, that update, to what we've already talked about and discussed. Again, they wanted to say that Rhianna knows something and that's why she left. And there was an accomplice, and so she didn't feel comfortable because the young lady's in jail. But is there somebody else? Like, for me, if that happened and I was a Rhianna, I would leave too. Like, I would leave for a while. Like, her kids were there. That's stressful. So yeah, I would just pack up and leave and go somewhere else for a while. I don't know that I would even go back. I might sell it. I don't know. But that's just playing with her life. Anyway, that's the update that we have on Rhianna and the pow and the young lady. She'll be going back to court here pretty quickly. Well, she didn't, her arraignment is coming up March the 27th or something like that. She was in court, and all that she said is that, yes, she understood what was going on, that her rights to a quick arraignment was waived, and she understood that. So we'll be watching that as well and keep you guys posted on that. All right, so I want to get to the Swizz Beatz and Alicia Keys. I have questions, y'all, and I want to know what y'all are thinking, but let me get it pulled up. All right. Let me share my screen. So there is a video, and I think, to be safe, because it is a minor, we can't see the video, but she did show us what she found in the home, and she was using, what she was using and all that. But let me share my screen. All these years I never knew. No, I never knew there was a daughter. I knew there were just boys. I just knew of the boys. No girls, no daughters, no other baby mama. Never knew that. And so if you can keep that secret for this long, what else? So let me get it pulled up. So the mother of Swizz Beatz' daughter claims their child got addicted to rugs while in his and Alicia Keys' care, accuses them of allowing her daughter to vape and eat edibles instead of focusing on her education. She's very interesting in what she's saying about what she's saying here. Nicole just crossed the biggest line. She just hit me in the name of Alicia Keys and Swizz Beats, who have been alienating her from me. So, what's her name? John, something, Sebastian. Jonna Sebastian. She says, "Do you think it's okay to hit your mother in the name of money, fame, and rugs?" She says she hates me, my mom, and my friends. Nicole got addicted to rugs and vapes in the US while in their care. This is why she is acting like it is normal teenage stuff like this. It's not normal teenage stuff, is what she said. I'm trying to save her from further destruction. I've spoken to her dad so many times about it. They ignore everything. If you have to go public to save your child from rugs, you should, instead of your child spiraling out of control and publicly unaliving themselves from an overdose in a bathtub like Whitney Houston's daughter. Wow. And then I thought it was more to this. How do I scroll? Ah, um, there we go. This is the part we can't watch is the video. She said, why there is no blend? Because they do everything the opposite way. I say no vapes, weed, or edibles. They make them available. Alicia uses them herself. Her brothers got her hooked on vapes. I say detox from social media, detox from the phone. They give her the fourth secret phone. I say study. They take her to parties and yachts, and she doesn't study. She said, I've had years of struggling with them. They are the opposite of what parents should be. She goes there and there is no structure, no regimen, just meeting celebrities and partying on yachts with billionaires. Her dad always brings her late for school, breaching the court order. I'm so tired of people assuming that they are so holy because of the money. We have to save children from Hollywood parents. Most of these kids are on rugs and everyone applauds them. Everyone should stop worshiping celebrities. People need to have a grounded life. These celebrities are connected to Epstein, have no boundaries. Whoa. I didn't know she said that. What is she saying? Is she saying they're connected to Epstein as well? But anyway, so let's talk about this. First of all, here's my thing on that, Harlem. How else would there be another child in between? Right? What did he do? He had to get her some kind of way, right? Um, so here we go. She talked about Hollywood parenting, right? Opposed to and I would say opposed to um traditional parenting. Okay, sorry. Opposed to, traditional parenting. Do we think that these Hollywood parents are so busy with work and caught up with the party and the award shows and the studios and the writing and the so busy work that they leave their children, and when I say unattended, I'm saying with like nannies or other caregivers, or throw some money in their hand and say go do whatever, and then these children end up on rugs with mental health issues, whatever the case may be, maybe be touched, whatever the case may be, right? Do we believe that this is happening to these children because of who they are and because they're not really present? When you see an Alicia Key and a Swizz Beats, like, we don't hear a lot of mess about them. Whatever's going on, obviously he has a daughter. They keep things under wrap. They don't put their business out like that. So I don't really hear bad things about Swizz Beats or Alicia Keys, right? What do you guys think? Like, this mom, I wouldn't say that she's wrong. Like, she's saying all the right things. Like, he's not getting her to school on time. She comes there, they go on yachts. She's around, she's partying like 99. And another thing, we also know that the children, the Hollywood children have easy access to any and everything. They see any and everything. Is this a parenting issue? Um, a Hollywood issue? Like, I don't know, or all the above. For me, my opinion is that it's all the above. Like, it's Hollywood in general, because if you have kids coming on your yacht, to a party, an adult party, who is tending to these kids and making sure they're not getting the alcoholic drinks, that they're not getting a hold to the edibles that's laying around, that they're not putting something up their nose? Who's paying attention? And then you turn around and then you start giving it to them yourself. Like, right? I don't get it. Why so many Hollywood, but then you have to step back and you have to say, like, is it really just Hollywood? Because we see and hear about children overdosing all the time traditionally that are not Hollywood. So is it just an issue for kids getting their hands on substances? Or do we believe Alicia and Swizz turned her on and is feeding her edibles? She said, but maybe it's not cheating. He's a Muslim. Aren't they allowed? Yeah, but I don't think that this lady was his spouse, right? Or are we saying that um they're allowed to have extra spouses or girlfriends or whatever? Because this child came from somewhere, or like yeah, oh no, Swiss, but now it's out. The cat's out the bag. And I wonder if Alicia or Swiss is going to respond to this. The young lady, the is she teenager? On the video will show you, um, there's she pulls out a marijuana stick, and she also pulls out a vape. So she's actually even going on her lives and showing what, pretty much confirming what her mom is saying, as far as her having access to it. I'm just saying, maybe that's how he's looking at it. Remember, that's how. He's gonna all he can. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. So anyway, I don't really know. I feel like these Hollywood children are raised, you but I mean, we can't say every child in Hollywood, but a lot of times they're raised under somebody else. Mom and dad are doing whatever, or single parent home, whatever, because they got to work, and their work calls for them to be gone all the time. So you trusting people to raise your kids. You give them money, they have access to anything they want, all money, anything. And so now you're getting Hollywood children uh, that are addicted to drugs or alcohol. And I just want to know, is this just a Hollywood thing, or is this a across the board thing? I think kids are exposed to things they shouldn't be, which causes the issue. Yeah, I think so. I mean, just like Diddy was exposed to things growing up with his mom. I mean, that was established, right? We knew that. Maybe things that he shouldn't have seen. Maybe things that would have, if he had not been and stayed on the straight and narrow, like maybe these things wouldn't happen. I don't know, but I feel like their own kids only know what they're seeing and what they're taught, and so and it starts at home. Like, I don't care if you're a celebrity. I don't care if you can get a nanny. I know you need it with your schedule, whatever, but you have to be in tune to your children. What are they being exposed to? If I'm dragging them on a yacht with billionaires, ain't nothing good coming off that yacht. Oh, it's just a clean party and the kids can come, everybody can come. No, it's not that that type of party. Um Yeah, y'all, we have 15 showing in the chat and only 5 likes. Please take a second to hit the like button. Even if you can, if you're on your phone, tap the screen and it will like it for you. But we need some likes. We need to get our likes up if you can. We do appreciate you being here. But go ahead and hit the like button for us. We appreciate it. So anyway, I'm curious to know if Alicia or Swizz is going to respond, or their people are going to respond. But I'm sure their PR person has been called and put on notice to be prepared. And we shall see. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about, so let me move on because it is late. But I wanted to talk about, let me stop this. Ray J, of course. And the lawsuit that's coming up with the Kardashians. He said he's prepared to testify. So, I mean, y'all know how long ago that was? That was a long time ago. But now here we are. Kris Jenner says she is fed up with Ray J. She ain't taking it no more. But Ray J says, P word CEO ready to testify against Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. The legal war over Kim Kardashian's infamous 2007 X tape just took another explosive turn, with Ray J claiming a major witness could soon enter the fight. Oh my goodness. According to reports, Ray J's legal team says Vivid Entertainment CEO Steve Hirsch could testify if Kardashian and her mother, Kris Jenner, continue denying involvement in the tape's release. Ray J's attorney, Howard King, told TMZ that Hirsch would be able to speak directly about what happened behind the scenes. The latest development comes after Kardashian and Jenner filed sworn declarations denying they orchestrated the tape's release. Both women have strongly rejected Ray J's claims that they helped plan the rollout of the video, which ultimately became a major pop culture moment. Ray J, however, insists the story is far from over. The singer claims Kardashian and Jenner are lying about their involvement and says bringing Hirsch into court could shed light on exactly how the tape ended up being distributed. The dispute is part of a broader legal feud that has been escalating for months, with Kardashian and Jenner suing Ray J for defamation over his accusation. Ray J later fired back with his own claims, accusing the pair of damaging his reputation. He was saying, like Ray J was saying, they hurt his career. He never was able to come up after that. But Ray J made a pretty penny after that. Maybe it wasn't in the industry of singing, but he became that businessman, right? But anyway, for now, the explosive allegations remain unresolved. But if the Vivid executive actually takes the stand, the decades-old controversy surrounding one of the most infamous tapes in celebrity history could face its most detailed courtroom scrutiny yet. Some of the comments, I'm so over him. If it's true that his mother is talking out on his behalf, I find that very shocking. Wrap this up. Come on, let's go. Wrap it up. Give it a rest. OMG. Didn't he make coins off his and make a song that said I hit it first? Please elaborate as to why he's doing this almost 20 plus years ago. Let's be honest, that X tape couldn't be released without all parties signing off on it. Read the article. The CEO already said Kris wasn't involved, so I don't know what bro is on. He wants and needs attention. I'm so tired of hearing about this X tape. Kim is a billionaire, unfortunately, because of using Ray J in an X tape for clout. They That's how life is. People use people. Next, at Kim, pay him so he can get off my timeline, please. And then I'll read this last one. This woman cried and made it seem like he ruined her woman cried and made it seem like he ruined her life and acted like she made lemonade out of lemons. He's just basically here stating that was not the case and to stop blaming him when everyone was involved. He was young and at the time probably didn't care being the bad guy and making songs and cracking jokes. But he's older now. Supposedly health is declining and probably is tired of that ish being put 100% on him and want his legacy to be a little lighter than just being Brandy's brother and the one that put the tape out. Let the truth come out. So, yeah, here's my thing. Um, it would, I think it would be nice if that person could get on the stand and say that, but just in the comments, somebody's saying that he's already said she didn't have anything to do with it. But I need him to prove that, right? Because they have money and they can make him say anything, right? So we need to prove what you know and what you don't know and who did it and who signed off on for that tape to be released, right? Yeah, it's 20 years ago. I get it. I'm tired of hearing about it too. But what's the resolve going to be? That it's all Ray J. Ray J's tired of it all being on him. So, I mean, look, what happened was before the tape, did y'all know Kim Kardashian before the tape came out? Like, I don't recall. I think that's when I heard Kim Kardashian. And then they just started spiraling out of control. Now, Kris Jenner, the mama, she was balling. She became rich at 50 years old. 50 years old. And had been building and building and building and making sure that her kids were building as well, the ones that wanted to or could, and they've done well. But then it was this tape that really set Kim Kardashian to another level. That's just what I think, because I don't ever remember hearing about her. Let me go back to this real quick. She said, crazy, Alicia just did a concert in the middle of Grand Central Station in New York City yesterday, and then here we have this going on. And it came out Friday. What? Yesterday. It came out yesterday. That's crazy. They're trying to say it was all Ray J. Even his mother said that's not true. I tend to believe Miss Norwood for whatever, reasons. I do believe her. And I do believe that it wasn't just him. I think they even was in cahoots to say we can make a lot of money off of this. If you okay with it, I'm okay with it. Let's do it. And guess what? Kim came up. She came up off his name. I mean, that's what I feel like. But I don't know. Anytime that you go to front of a court, in front of a judge, in the court of a law, you have to have evidence and proof. So just bring the proof and let's get this done already. That's what I say. Who cares about the tape any longer? No one cares about the tape. I think the reason that Ray J keeps on mentioning this tape is because he don't want to take the rap for himself. He wants y'all to leave him alone. Just leave him alone. But he wants you to say publicly that Ray J didn't do this by himself. So I'm sure they made a deal. They talked about it before it was going to lay out, and they just sit back to watch what the outcome is going to be. That's what I think. So I appreciate y'all coming, y'all. Happy Saturdays, Sunday, where y'all say early Sunday morning, where y'all are. But I thank y'all for being here. Let me see. Did I have anything else before we take out? Yeah, let's talk about. I do want to read one more thing. I just want to talk about one more thing, and that's Candy and Todd. As y'all know, Candy and Todd has been having a struggle with their divorce. It's really at the end of the day, all all comes down to money. Um, this prenuptial agreement was talked about. Um, it- he kind of talked about her being on the road so much, so he needs to have custody of the kids. But late, as of late, they have supposedly come to an agreement. And the final divorce is any day, is what we're know what we're told, right? So let's just read it here really quick. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Candy Burris and her ex-husband Todd Tucker settles their divorce. So they just been holding up on, what kind of happy medium there we're going to come to. And I don't think. Let me just read it because I don't want to speculate. But anyway, oh no. Oh, what did I do with it? Okay, there it is. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Candy Burris and her ex-husband Todd Tucker have reached a divorce settlement after they engaged in legal sparring in the wake of their separation. Burris and Tucker met on the set of the fourth season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta in 2021. They got engaged in January 2013. In 2011, excuse me. They got engaged in January 2013 and married the following year. In court documents obtained by TMZ, Burris 49, Tucker 52 informed the court that they had an agreement to complete and final settlement. The former couple notified the court about their settlement on Wednesday, March the 11th. Burris and Tucker have since been ordered by the court to present documents relating to their settlement by next week. The paper should cover specifics such as child support and their parenting plan. In 2025, Burris announced that she had decided to file for a divorce from Tucker after 11 years of marriage. The 49-year-old told People in the statement that she made the decision to move forward with a divorce after deep thought and a lot of prayer. This is difficult and emotional time, but my focus remains on protecting my peace, being the best mother I can, and co-parenting with love and respect, Burris added. The former couple's divorce case, however, later became contentious after Tucker asked for primary custody of their two children. Don't leave out the prenup. Burris had initially sought joint custody of their children, but she later asked the court to grant her sole custody because of Tucker's request. Tucker had claimed that their children were under his care in Georgia, and Burris was on work duties in New York. And though Tucker claimed that he was their kids' primary caregiver, Burris said that was not the case. She additionally accused her ex-husband of not paying rent despite staying in her guest house, TMZ reported. Tucker, however, claimed that Burris made him leave the main house, hence why he was staying in the back house. But it says that, let me see. I think that's all they gave us. It just stopped. Yeah, I guess it did. So anyway, I think that I think that I'm glad that they have come to an agreement. They do have the children to think about. No matter what they go through, they have to figure out what is in the best interest of the children. And I'm just going to say the best interest of the children is to remain with their mother and have visitations with their father. Yes, Candy has a lot going on as far as work, but a lot of mothers have a lot going on, but they still are able to parent their child. And if he wants to do things correctly, hopefully they came to a happy medium about the children, because that's the main thing. How are we going to settle this and not have the children to suffer? I don't know. It doesn't tell us anything about like the prenup and if it had to be rearranged or changed or anything. It doesn't say anything about that. So we have to get the court documents in order to know what's going on. But at least they have settled, and the divorce is just about settled, and they can just move on with life. Hopefully, like they said, co-parent nicely, because it ain't about them. It is about their children and their children's well-being. But I didn't think it was going to ever come to a conclusion. because Candy's stance was, and I agree with her, she worked so many years before him to come up with the thing, to obtain the things that she had. Um, and you know, um, she don't want to give that up. But yet there are things that once you're married that are have to be split up because it's 50-50. You get half, I get half. That's just how it is in Georgia. But it was very quick to come to the settlement. So I'm wondering, did which one of them gave in? Or did they walk away with she got a little bit of what she wanted, he got a little bit of what he wanted, and they came to a happy medium, whether it was not the ideal or anything. But you're right, Harlem. That was really quick. I was not expecting it to hear that it was settled because it started getting really grimy, really grimy. But maybe they reeled it back in and was like, we just gonna fix it. And they fixed it. So hopefully, like her wishes is that she and Todd can have a healthy co-parenting relationship. Like that's just the most important, I think, for them. So glad to hear that for Candy. Um, by the way, talking about reality show, I'm hearing Mama D is telling us that Love and Hip Hop will not be coming back. I'm sad to hear that. In that, I a lot of people say I don't even watch that no more, but I do. Basketball wives went away. Now they're talking Love and Hip Hop is going away. What else is going away? And what are you replacing it with? Is my question. So anyway, you guys, thank y'all so much for being here this late. It was a good conversation. I wish more of you would have joined in on the conversation, but it's all good. While you're here, let's take a moment to stop and double tap your phone or hit the like button. We really, 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 really appreciate you for that. So, you stopped watching Love and Hip Hop? Oh, I think you told us that before. So, I'm just a reality girl, reality TV show girl, and I like it. Um, Yeah, they did fight and they just backstabbed and all that. But I mean, that it was made for reality TV. They had to figure out what was catchy. And if we know, if we're being honest, grimy, messy drama brings the numbers. Some reason people want to see that the most, and it brings them the numbers. But like I said, they're all going away. There was Basketball Wives that I've always watched. Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, or all the Love and Hip Hops are going away. So anyway, y'all, I hope y'all have a good night. I'm gonna let y'all go, and we shall see y'all tomorrow sometime. Have a good night. Thank y'all for being here. I think reality TV has changed. Those shows kind of don't fit. Um, Before we go, I want to discuss it. So, you think reality TV has changed in what way? Is it just the viewers that change because they still do the same backstabbing, fighting, drama? Like what changed? What do you think changed about it? I think it's just ran its course, which I could have watched it from now on, but it ran its course maybe and over. I don't know. I don't know. But life is life. And if they're talking about their life, that continues to happen. So it continues for good TV for people that like the drama or is just nosy like me. I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk more about it. Have a good night. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow, okay? Bye.